Somebody like you. Somebody like you. Somebody like you.
All right, guys, what's up? It's Cole here. This is my most requested video by far. It's not even close. It's a settings video. Everyone wants to see my settings, and I think instead of just scrolling through the settings like normal people do, like all the other content creators do, I'm going to go through in depth and really explain to you guys what's going on with my settings, what I've changed, all the different things that make me the player that I am. I don't usually change too many things. Some people mess with their settings every single day. I don't. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to drop a sub, make sure to drop a like on the channel. We're really trying to go big, do big things on YouTube this year. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it. As promised, I put the cam in the top right corner so I don't block too many of the settings. Obviously it's gonna block me going into the settings, but it shouldn't be too big of a video. I'm gonna go in depth on all my settings so I can link this video in my chat, and if you need it, people can type in exclamation point settings and it'll just link my new YouTube video. This video is going to be my in-depth video of settings of everything, so I should not have any more questions about what they are. I'm going to go in detail on my binds, my sensitivity, my color, everything, literally everything you could ever want. Anything you could ever want to know is going to be in this video, so just pay attention. You can slow it down, speed it up, pause it whenever you need be. I'm going to go through it and just walk you through every little thing. All right, so for the first page, obviously I play full screen, not windowed full screen, not windowed full screen. Obviously I play 1920 by 1080. I don't play any stretched res right now. I tried it. It kind of made my frames feel a little bit weird, even though like I was told that frames were better on it. My frames felt kind of weird, so I play on this. 240 hertz. I have a 240 hertz Asus monitor, so of course I'm gonna play on the best settings possible. My brightness I play at 100. It's just the default. I think it's fine for me. Colorblind I play Tritanope 6. I had Tritanope 10. I think it's a little bit too bright. Tritanope just makes the game vibrant, makes it pop, and I really like that actually, which is surprising. I just think the game's really dull looking right now, and it makes it look a little bit nicer on Tritanope 6. I might test out some more things. I've been on it for a while, who knows. So for all this stuff I have it on low or off for literally everything view distance far, because so I can see build fights in the distance if I need it. Nothing too crazy. VSync off, motion blur off, show FPS on. I like seeing my FPS in the top corner of my screen just to know what I'm getting, just to know if my PC needs a tweak or an update or anything. Direct 11, Direct 12, I believe that goes based on PC. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard some PCs react better on Direct 11, some do on 12. I've never changed mine off 11. I've never had any issues, so I'm fine with it. Allow multi-thread rendering, I've been told to always have on, so I have it on. I don't know what it means, but I have it on. Just trust me, just do it, whatever. Toggle sprint off, sprint by default on. Sprint cancels reload, I think would be beneficial to have on, but I've never really tried it. I had it on for like a day, like in season 2, and I just did not like it at all, so I didn't mess with it. Auto open doors on. I like being able to open doors just by walking into them, so if you ever mess up like and make a door edit by accident, you just kind of walk through it. Hold the swap pickup I think is super beneficial. So like say you have an item in your 4th slot, and it actually works now, it used to not work. Say you have an item in your 4th slot and that's where your bandages go, you can hold the swap out for the bandages instead of like it won't just like fill your inventory from left to right. It'll hold the swap like something far right, something far left. It's super helpful. You can put anything wherever you want it just by picking it off the ground, just by holding the weapon, holding the swap button. Auto pick up weapons, I don't have it on. I've been told to put it on, but I don't have it on. Your preference, all personal. Most of these things are completely personal preference, and that's what you guys have to understand. Settings are universal. Anyone can use anything. It does not matter. A lot of people have different settings. That's why you never see 2 controller players with the same settings, or anyone in any game with the same settings, because they're use whatever you want and be the best with whatever. Reset building choice on 100%. Turbo building on, of course. Confirm add-on release. I don't personally play with add-on release. Some people really do. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It's all preference at the end of the day. Again, I use double edit binds instead, which I will explain later, trust me. Contextual tips definitely off. I'm really going in detail. You guys are lucky. You know that? How many people are gonna really do this for you? Invert view, no clue. Invert airborne controls, who cares? What am I flying? Nah, I'm not playing pup. I'm not flying helicopters. Turbo, delete, and creative, whatever. I have them off. Peripheral lighting on. Tap to search interact, I have that on, so I just don't have to hold down to search or interact. I can just tap to open a chest. HUD scale, I have mine on 70, so it's like the thing in the bottom right, like your inventory is a little bit smaller, your health bar is a little bit smaller, your map's a little bit smaller, so you can see more of the game. All this stuff I think is on default pretty much. I do have net debug stats on because that shows you your ping, I believe. That's pretty important to me. I turned the reticle ammo indicator off when it first came into the game. I don't really know why. I just don't really like having it there. I don't think I'd ever look at it anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to me. Controller settings. Okay, now this is where what people want to see. This is where it gets important. This is what people are here for probably. This is where most people are going to pause and copy whatever, do what they got to do. So I play on linear, first of all. Aim assist strength 100, of course. I have all my boosts set to 0 because I don't think boosts are good. I don't want any acceleration. That's why I play on linear, not exponential. My move stick dead zone is 10. I mess with these a little bit here and now, and then again, but like it's not really that something that's that crazy, that noticeable. My move stick dead zone's 10, which is my left stick. It's when you move around with. The look stick is the right stick. It's on 6. I like it more sensitive, so 0.5, 6 is like around where I keep it. Maybe even 0.7. Sometimes, I don't know. Foot controller I had on for a while. Everyone turns that off now. I don't know why. I heard there was issues with it with linear. Whatever. Turn it off. Who cares? Vibration off, of course. I don't even have rumbles in my Scuf. I make sure they take that out before I get it. I don't like it. Controller auto run on, of course. I'm not tapping to sprint ever. Build immediately. Yes, of course. Edit hold time does not matter because people always say you have hold to edit on and I have a delay, and they're just wrong. Like there's no delay in my edits. I have instant edit. This means literally nothing. You could have it at 0. You could have it at 2.5. It literally doesn't mean anything because I have instant edit. I don't have my edit and confirm, or my edit and pull out builds on the same button, so I don't have to hold it all. So there's no timer. Doesn't matter what it's on. This doesn't matter at all. I just recently switched from 2.7 to 2.4 just to test it out. I might end up going lower. I think it'll be more consistent in the long run, so I lowered it. I think I will become a more consistent player because of it. My aim, look horizontal speed and look vertical speed has always been 42 for the longest time. It was 43 41. I moved it to 42 just to test it out. All preference at the end of the day. People are always on different things. All this stuff is basic. I have all the boosts off, turn boosts off. My ADS is 8.8. Could go up, could go down based on the day. I don't change it. Like I said, it's been this for a long time, so we'll probably just stick with it. For audio, the only reason I keep dialogue on at all is so you can hear the marauders or hear like noise of henchmen at certain spots. Like if you need to find Oceans at Portilla, you can hear her. You know what I mean? Music low, turn it off entirely. Cinematics, whatever. Not really a big deal. My in-game sound effects is 70. That's pretty high. Mine's pretty loud compared to most people, I think. I thought about turning it down recently. It's not that big of a deal. Voice chat 60, whatever. Sound quality high, don't exactly know what that means. I've heard that low is better. I used to have it on low, not a big deal. 3D headphones off, background audio off, subtitles off, visualize sound effects off. I don't play console. I can actually hear what's going on around me. I don't need visual audio. It doesn't help me, but I could see why you'd use it if you're on mobile or console and you really want to know what's going on around you, because the audio is a little bit weird. It's much better on PC. Okay, now this is where it gets juicy. This is where we get a little bit crazy. So my settings on controller, like I said, I've showed you guys before. I play with the Scuf Impact. I play with all 4 paddles, which is not something that's that common, not something like a super high amount of people do. Regardless of what this says, I'll scroll through this real quick. If you guys need to stop and pause, you can do whatever. I'm gonna explain my buttons on my controller just for you guys. Just pause, do whatever you can. You know what I mean? I have mine. Obviously, you see I use a PS4 controller. Scuf Impact. It has the touchpad and everything. I have mine set to Xbox One. I've heard generic gives you less input delay. I've heard Xbox One gives you less input delay. I've never tested generic, but I plan on doing it soon. I've tested Xbox One input delay and it feels better, so I use it. I'm going to give you the full rundown of what my controller is, basically what I do on my controller, what every button does, just so you guys know. Starting on the back with my paddles from left to right. I know it's backwards, bear with me. From left, I jump with my left paddle, my outer left paddle. My inner left paddle is my edit, and I use 2 fingers on it like this. I use my ring finger for my jump, and I use my middle finger for edit. My right hand, on the other hand, I use just my middle finger for both, which is weird. I rest it sort of in between. I press both with it. It's not super difficult, but it's something to get used to for sure. On my inside paddle, I use switch mode. I pull up my builds with my inside right paddle. And on my outside right paddle, I use confirm edit. So I edit and confirm edit with this. And I crouch. It's a lot of binds, a lot to do. So I jump, edit, switch mode, confirm edit, and crouch on those. My touchpad is used for my interact. So I claw my touchpad like this with my left index finger. So I touch it like this whenever I need to pick stuff up in game. I look around. The goal of Scufs and having paddles and everything is to keep your thumb on the analog stick at all times. You don't want to be moving your thumb to these, because that's how you waste movement, and that's how you look sloppy when you're playing. You don't want to use your face buttons unless you play claw. That's a different breed. I cannot naturally play claw. It's so weird to me. I've never done it. It's weird. I can't do it. It's no big deal. I just don't. So I use paddles. I use all 4 of my paddles to compensate. My thumbs never leave the sticks. I build with the normal buttons. Left stick is pickaxe. I used to crouch on right stick for the longest time. I don't anymore. Like I said, touchpad is interact. I think I mark things with my right stick. But besides that, I mean, there's not much more to it. I don't think there's anything more to it. I build Builder Pro, normal buttons. I think we're good. I don't touch my face buttons or D-pad ever. That's all that matters. So that's pretty much the most in-depth guide to my controller and how I play the game that I can give you guys. I don't think there's anything on this page you guys could need or want, you know. I think we're good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.